This morning, convicted muggers are revealing their secrets.
Today, national investigative correspondent Jeff Rawson is here with more. Jeff, good morning.
I'm heading back to prison to talk to these convicted criminals and hopefully to help all of you. We hear about it almost every day, don't we? People getting mugged just walking down the street, riding buses and trains on the morning and evening commute, even just getting out of their car in their own driveway. So is there anything you can do to protect yourself? This morning, I am going back behind bars to hear from an expert, a man convicted of robbery, admitting to mugging more than 100 innocent people. And what he told me could save you from becoming a victim, too, no matter where you live. Terrifying muggings caught on camera. Thieves approaching innocent victims, stealing everything they have.
The entire time, I just remember I was screaming, help.
So how do you make sure this doesn't happen to you? To find out, we're inside this maximum security prison in upstate New York, meeting David Solano.
David, how you doing, sir?
Jeff Rawson. A career criminal serving 25 to life for robbery. Hopefully we can help some people not become victims.
That's what we're here for.
Have a seat right over here. Today, he's telling all. First, how muggers strike. Walk me through a typical robbery. You'd walk up to me on the street and do what?
First of all, I would look to see if you had a watch on, and ask you for the time. At the moment that you're looking down at your time, you're at ease, and you're vulnerable. So I could grab your wrist, slide up behind you, and then basically I could just reach in your pocket and grab your wallet. I'll just tell you, you know what this is. I'm not going to hurt you. Just let me get all your money.
If somebody walks up to me and asks for the time or for directions, what should I do?
You can give it to them from a distance or keep walking.
Don't break my stride.
Don't break your stride. Don't stop.
It's harder to grab me if I'm walking.
Absolutely.
So who is a target?
Whoever's alone. You know, it's a person that's going to give you the least resistance.
Does age matter?
No, it really didn't matter. You would want a weaker person.
Elderly?
Yeah, elderly people.
Even sitting here saying that, though,
yeah,
how awful it sounds to target an elderly person.
It's insane. It's crazy because while you're under the influence and you're in that life, you know, you have no remorse, you have no feelings.
And they're often armed. WNBC, our station in New York, sent out surveys to other convicted muggers. Over 70% saying they either sometimes or always carry a weapon. Did you target men versus women?
For obvious reasons, you know, a man would rather target a woman because she's weaker. But in my experiences, women scream. So I sort of preferred men.
So that's an interesting tip. If you're a woman, or even if you're a guy, whoever,
right,
make noise.
A woman one time had a whistle. That's great. That's a great idea. Whistles, air horns, anything that makes noise.
But he says the most effective weapon comes in a can.
Mace is a great thing.
Have you been sprayed with mace?
Absolutely.
And that got you out of there?
Yeah, I took the flight because, you know, it was painful. It was uncomfortable. You need to have that mace in your hand, not in your purse. The mace is not going to deter me while it's in your purse. It's going to deter me while it's in your hand, while you're spraying at me.
That's an important tip, carrying it in their hands, not in the purse.
Not in the purse.
No time to go get to it. But David says the one thing you should never do, physically fight a mugger.
I've seen women carry keys in their hands. Unless you're a good fighter, that's not a good idea because you just escalated the situation.
So a struggle doesn't deter you?
No, absolutely. Actually, it might even make a person angry. Give it up. It can be replaced. You're more valuable than anything.
You're not trying to hurt somebody, but you would.
Absolutely.
And you have?
Unfortunately, yes. Some men fight back, so you would have to punch them, knock them out.
David tells us he's attacked in the city and the suburbs. So where are you most vulnerable? In the burbs, his answer may surprise you.
In your driveway. Because you have the garage in front of you and two houses on the side of you. So there's only really one place you have to focus on as far as anybody viewing you, seeing you. I tell my family now, when you pull in your driveway, make sure you look on all sides through all windows before you open the door.
And in the city, he says you're most at risk on the subway platform. So where should I be standing on a subway platform to lower my chance of being a target?
In the middle, around people. Crowds deter robbers. So you want to be around a lot of people, even if you don't know them.
Important tips from a convicted thief who's now trying to make things right.
This is my way of repenting, you know, my way of giving back to society, my way of telling everybody I'm sorry. Who knows, I might save a life, and that'll be a great thing.
David also told me there's actually a day of the week you're most likely to get mugged, Friday, because it's payday. So many people walking around with extra money, and the thieves know it, so a lot of them strike on Fridays. So you want to be extra cautious toward the end of the week, but always.
It's always an interesting perspective to get, Jeff. Thank you very much.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.